Received this interesting email and it says, "Hey Derek, I have a question about price inflation. Have you or anybody you know ever added up all the government numbers on inflation to see the grand total since a particular year, say 1970 or so, and then compared that to the actual price of goods? We all know the 1.5% per year is a lie. It's more like 5% and up. But how to prove that? I'm thinking we should add up all the inflation they claim we've had. Say it comes to, I don't know, 50%. And then compare certain goods and services from 1970 to today's prices and see if they really are 50% inflated. For example, a chocolate bar in 1970 was 30 cents, and today it's 150. That's far more than 50%, and so forth. Hopefully that makes sense, and I hope you're doing well. Well, thank you for the email. And as far as the move from 1970 to today, 1.5% over 40 years, that should work close to 100%, but even then, it's been much greater than that. And I have done some number crunching. I haven't come up with a grand total, but I've got some good idea for where things are. And the numbers that we get from the from the CPI, they're not real. At least they're not accurate. It's like the unemployment rate. I take those numbers with a grain of salt. I mean, they don't want to count food or energy costs. I mean, come on, that's like the biggest things or the most important things people are buying. However, I have this spreadsheet here, and it's going to be hard to read because, well, it's just hard to read. However, I'll explain it the best that I can. This number here, on column F, this is how much the dollar has lost according to Shadow Stats from this point to the summer of 2008. This was its adjusted figure as of just recently. So, since 1968, according to Shadow Stats, our dollar's lost over 20 times its value. Now, the CPI numbers are on the right hand side. And, well, how much has it lost? Well, they're trying to state that it has only lost 6.5 times its value. So big difference between 6.5 down to 20. Question is which one is correct, which one is incorrect. And I made a spreadsheet earlier this year, and what this is inflation for so many different products. The Sports Illustrated was 25 cents in 1954. Today, 4.99. So that's a move significantly higher. The price of gas was 24 cents a gallon in 1917. You can see the price increases here up to about around $3 a gallon. The price of a house, $4,800 in 13 and 14. Today, the house is over 250,000. Price of milk, 36 cents a gallon in 1913, and then today over $3 a gallon. The price of a stamp, 44 cents. Before it was 2 cents. To go to University of Virginia, 1970, $484. Today, 10,000. Oh, there's a lot of inflation there. Price of an Oreo, this is how much it cost per pound in 1922, 32 cents a pound. 1957, it was 44 cents a pound. 1979, it was $1.12 a pound. Then it became $3 a pound, which is what we're paying today. A Hershey bar, 61 cents a pound. And before it used to be 24 cents down to 3 cents. So you can see the prices have been going up substantially higher. So what we'll do is see what the increases happen to be. And to do this, what we'll do is we'll put in a number. Sorry about that noise. 4%, we'll say. What we'll do is we'll take its previous number, multiply, we'll do 0.25. 0.25 multiply 4% plus 0.25. So we'll do that again. So times 0.0. So times this. Hang on a second. Here we go. Maybe I should put an equal sign in this time. 0.25 multiply 4% plus 0.25. And if we do this again, so we can have a formula we can copy and paste. This multiply this plus this number again. Put in C1 in a dollar sign, and we'll copy and paste this and see if 4% has been an accurate figure. And it's been higher. It's been much higher. So for a Sports Illustrated issue, we'll say 5%. It's even been higher than that. It looks like Sports Illustrated has inflated about 5-6% a year, probably 5.5%. Yeah, 5.5%. That's what Sports Illustrated has inflated. As far as the price of the pumps, 24 cents we can see here. So what we'll do is we will do equals 0.24. We'll multiply it by what? Well, they'll make that whatever percent it is. And we'll put in, say, 4%. And we'll do the same sort of formula that we did before. This multiply this plus 25. Put a $sign on C5 so we can copy and paste it all the way lower. And we'll see if this is higher or lower than around 3. It's much higher. So gas is inflated less than 4%. Let's try 3% now. It's inflated almost 3%, probably about 2.8%. Now, as far as the house is concerned, we'll take this 4,800, multiply a percent, and add 4,800, and we'll put in, say, 3%. Do the same sort of formula that we did before. And we'll see if a house is inflated more or less than 3% per year. And given the fact that this is 81,000, it's been much more than 3%. We'll put in 4 now. And it's inflated more than 4%, probably about 4.3. It looks like 4 1/3. So 4 1/3, that looks pretty close. So houses have inflated on average 4 1/3. Milk, we'll put in 4% here. So we'll take this 36, multiply 4%, add this number again, and we'll do the same sort of formula and see how much milk has inflated throughout the years. Because at 4%, we'll see if this number is higher than lower. At 311, it's inflated much, much, much lower than 4%. It's inflated about, well, 3% would be 2.5% for milk. So milk has been not as much of an inflationary aspect. This is the lower amount. So you were saying 1.5% is the inflation. Well, milk is inflated about 2.25%. Now the Virginia University, this one's just going to get out of hand. I'm going to put 10%. I'm going to put 10% on here because it's going to be high. And that's, I think, what happens when governments have gotten in the way with all the student loans and everything. The prices got way too out of whack. At least so have I've seen that it has anyway. Now 10% may be a little too much, which is hyperinflation, 10% a year. That is totally hyperinflation. Now I think it's going to be lower than that, but not much. But it has went up pretty high. We could see 44 up to 10,000. Yeah. So now we'll adjust this down to 7%. Probably have to go higher. Yep. So education at the University of Virginia has inflated about 8%. So that's a little bit of an example towards it. So how much has the average inflation been? I'd have to say 4 or 5, but you also got to throw in the fact that we are almost required to buy more products than we have had before. The taxes have, it's been going higher along the way also. But to think inflation's 1.5%, to me that's just ludicrous. Thank you for watching this video and have yourself a great day.